The Environmental Service Providers Association (ESPA) has sounded the alarm on the impending collapse of Ghana's waste management system, warning that immediate government intervention is necessary to avoid a national sanitation and public health emergency. Addressing a news conference in Accra on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, the Executive Secretary of the ESPA, Madam Ama Ofori Antwi, underscored that service providers were on the verge of shutdown due to mounting financial pressure. She said service providers who have borrowed from banks, creditors, suppliers, and other partners to sustain operations over the years find themselves in position where such support has ceased, and in most cases been threatened with court action. Unfortunately, she noted that these efforts have yielded little progress, thus imploring government to, as a matter of urgency, make payment to avoid shutdown by November 7th, 2025. In light of the above, Madam Ofori Antwi asks government to expedite the release of all pending payment to ESPA members through the Ministry of Finance by the stipulated time. She also called for a policy review of the sanitation and pollution levy as a dedicated fund to support and sustain the existing waste management infrastructure. Furthermore, she asked that metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies (MMDs) review the current fixed cost recovery rate paid to waste collectors, transporters, and transfer station operators, while urging the government to act on their concerns with a sense of emergency. Madam Ofori Antwi emphasized that ESPA fully supported President John Dramani Mahama's relaunch of the National Sanitation Day.
The waste collectors, transporters, and transfer station operators continue to grapple with non-cost recovery rates fixed by the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. These rates do not reflect the real cost of service delivery, making their operations economically unsustainable. The situation has been further compounded by the lack of access to functional treatment and disposal sites, many of which are in deteriorated condition due to poor maintenance. As a result, waste collection and transportation activities have become highly inefficient, costly, and unprofitable for service providers, threatening the overall sustainability of Ghana's waste management system. In addition, several critical waste management facilities, including landfill sites, solid waste treatment plants, transfer stations, and wastewater treatment facilities, are struggling to stay functional under mounting financial pressure. Service providers who have borrowed money from the banks, creditors, suppliers, and other partners in order to sustain operations find themselves in the position where such support has ceased and in most cases have been threatened with court action. Unfortunately, these efforts have yielded little progress. However, we call on the government to, as a matter of urgency, make payments to avoid a shutdown by the 7th November 2025. The government to immediately pay arrears owed our contractors. We urge the Ministry of Finance to expedite the release of pending payments to our members by the stipulated time. We are also calling on government to look at to review a policy on the National Sanitation and Pollution Levy. The government should consider the review of the Sanitation and Pollution Levy as a dedicated fund to support and sustain the existing waste management infrastructure. We also call on all metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies to fix the full cost of recovery of waste collection during their annual fee resolutions and ensure these are properly gazetted. Current fee structures are unprofitable, and in conclusion, we respectfully seek government intervention with the issues mentioned above. ESPA regrets to caution that several landfills and treatment facilities across the country may face imminent shutdown. ESPA therefore calls on all relevant government agencies and partners to act decisively, not only to rescue the sector from collapse, but to safeguard public health, protect the environment, and preserve the legacy of Ghana's waste management infrastructure.